In this example of the CGT Reporter Worksheet system, we're going to handle the common scenario where a client has sold all of their securities in a particular holding and then shown up a tax time holding only information about the sale itself. So to start with, click on the Worksheet System button, click on Client Maintenance, and click on Insert Client. Add the client information, tax file number, phone number, email address, and in this particular scenario my client does actually usually reinvest in DRPs. Assign an accountant, add stockbroker information, and click OK. By double clicking on the client we can automatically enter into their portfolio, and the first thing that we need to do is add a holding to the portfolio. So in this particular example my client is actually going to have a holding in a unit trust. Simply click the tag and click Finish. Now that we have a holding in this client's portfolio, the next step is to add some transactions. Click on the Add Buy, Sell or Known Volume button. Let's start with the information that we actually know. We know that on the 1st of June 2011, 15,412 units were sold at the price of $3.61. Click OK. Now that we've entered information about the sale into CGT Reporter, our next step is to establish what the cost base is. And in this particular scenario, having spoken to my client, I've been informed that this particular holding was purchased in the middle of June 1998. So start by clicking the Estimate Backwards button. Enter in the date, and then click the Estimate button. In doing so, you're having CGT Reporter recreate this holding's history all the way back to the middle of June 1998. So the first step is to double click on the estimation, switch it to a buy, and inherit the closest price at the time. Click OK. So now that we have a buy and a sell, we're ready to produce our CGT worksheet. Simply click on the CGT Worksheets button, capture the CGT worksheet, jump to the captured data, and apply our accounting method. Once again, I'm using a first in first out disposal here, so I'm going to apply the earliest acquisitions forward. And we're done. At this stage we can print this into a neat PDF report whereby you can see the recreated history of this holding, factoring in the purchase, all DRPs, and all cash issues. Along with the quarterly capital returns and the tax-deferred components of the trust distributions. On page 3, we can see the shortfalls on the sale, any surpluses, and ultimately we can establish what the capital loss was. As with other areas of CGT Reporter, we can also export this information into Microsoft Excel. As you can see here, all of the information about pre-CGT, discounted CGT, and full CGT, along with totals, is neatly presented for you in a way that you can add some further calculation, and you can import this information into other practice management or superannuation software.